of the National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program ended in December 2023, and in February 2024, an agreement was signed between CENTAR and CEDA to extend this program for an additional 3 years. And that's how come we are here. And this radio program is one opportunity CENTAR provides to you, members of the public, to interact, elevate your voices on the issues of corruption. For so too long, we have been in the corners and talking about corruption, complaining in our various cycles, but we've provided this platform so that you can take it to another level. You can elevate the conversation around corruption. You can bring it at the national level. You can call in. We have the phone lines. You can call in and participate in these discussions. If you have or you experience an incidence of corruption, you can report it. We have the platforms available for you to report. You can call in the show and give some basics, and we can direct you to where you can report it. We have various ways through which you can report corruption to CENTAR. We have our Advocacy and Legal Advice Center. There are lawyers there. These lawyers are trained and they are ready and willing to receive your complaints of corruption or allegations of corruption. You can reach out to ELAC through email. The email address is elac@centar.org.lr. Again, it's ELAC, ALAC, at centar, CENTAL.org.lr. Once you send an email with allegations of corruption to that particular address, CENTAR's Advocacy and Legal Advice Center will receive your complaint. The lawyers are there, they will do their due diligence, they will do additional investigations, and when they find merit, they will forward that allegation to the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, which has the statutory responsibility to prosecute corruption-related cases. And CENTAR will not just stop by referring those cases or the case to LACC. We do follow-ups. We ensure that those cases forwarded to LACC are reviewed, are investigated, and indictments are drawn. And the good news is that now the LACC, under the new act or under their new law, has the power to prosecute directly. They no longer go through the Ministry of Justice to have cases or allegations of corruption prosecuted. They go directly to the court. So if you report a case of corruption to CENTAR through our Advocacy and Legal Advice Center, you have a very big chance of having that allegation appearing in court once there are merits. Other mediums through which you can reach out to ELAC is through our Facebook page. We have a Facebook page exclusive for ELAC, and that page is CENTAR ELAC. Again, it's CENTALALAC. And once you reach out to that page on Facebook and you report allegations of corruption, you will be, your issue will be looked into and investigations will be conducted. The most famous way through which a lot of people reach out to ELAC is through our toy-free hotline, and it's 4432. It's a 4-digit short code, 4432. Anywhere, anytime you experience corruption, you see corruption, it's free of charge. You don't need to have money in your phone. CENTAR, under the National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program, has paid for this service. So all you need to do is to have a phone that is charged, a phone that is able to make a call, and call 4432. The lawyers at CENTAR will receive your complaint and they will investigate. They will take initial information from you, and they will ask you not to disclose your identity if you don't want to. They will protect your identity. They will make sure that you are protected. They are not going to diverge your identity when they're going to do their investigation. They are trained to respect confidentiality. They are trained to respect people or to protect their identity. So they're going to do just that. So just call 4432 wherever you are, you are in a space and you see corruption in the form of extortion. Somebody's trying to solicit money from you, or in the form of sextortion. You are in a school and you are a student, and the teacher is trying to take, solicit something else from you in exchange for grades. If the teacher wants sex to give you grade, that's sextortion. That's a form of corruption. You can call 4432 and the lawyers at Centar will take on that particular case. If you're in a space and you observe conflict of interest, somebody is trying to award a contract to, you know, a family member or a close friend or somebody that he or she may, benefit from one way or the other, you can report that. That's a form of corruption. You can report that. If you're somewhere and somebody is soliciting bribe, you can report that. That's a form of corruption. If we do these things, we will help in a fight against corruption. If we sit idle and say, that's the people think, let's leave it like that, we are never going to find a solution to corruption in Liberia. Everywhere in the world, that all countries in the world that successfully dealt with corruption, they did that through the support of every citizen. If all of the citizens in Liberia can participate in the fight against corruption and not be passive and become active players in the fight against corruption, we can defeat corruption. It is not impossible, but it requires collective efforts. And that is why Centar has these platforms, the ELAC platform and other platforms available for you to take advantage. Call. You're sitting out there and you're seeing things. You're seeing corruption taking place right before your eyes. All you need to do is to call. Call 4432 and leave the rest with Centar. We are there to follow up. We are there to investigate. In fact, if the information you provided is insufficient, Centar is going to do its own investigation to collect additional information. What you are giving, you are a whistleblower. You are just blowing the whistle. Centar is going to ensure that, we get sufficient information, sufficient enough to submit to the LACC for action. Because when we submit those cases or those allegations to the LACC, we also follow up to ensure that those cases or those allegations are forwarded to court. So we'll do all we can to ensure that the information is sufficient enough to go to the LACC. So that is that. You can also visit us on WhatsApp or send a message on WhatsApp to 0555 722 113. 0555 722 113. Once you send a message or WhatsApp message to that number, you are sending that message to ELAC, the Advocacy and Legal Advice Center, and somebody there is going to receive your complaint and they will act appropriately. Well, so let's take this quick break, and when we return, we'll talk to our guests. I got your names and everything there. I don't miss your names when I'm calling you.
You get charge of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna charge
I'm gonna charge of
you.
smoking.
Yeah, smoking. I'm gonna be missing names. Okay, I know your name. Rushmo. But I got a punch here. I'm gonna talk about. Yeah, man. I don't know why I love the charger, bro.
I didn't know that.
Well, I know how to get cool. Comes in.
I'm seeing something here.
Let me look at it.
Yeah. But let me see what someone didn't give you the scene.
Right?
Oh, you're nice.
Well, you can remember the talking point.
Yeah, man. But I mean, I need to be exact. That radio, yeah, I can take chances. Let me see. Yeah, I saw the thing low as well. Done something about it. I knew the computer was low. I'm very stubborn.
Good idea. No. No.
Don't worry, Alfred. I heard that the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia sector, with support from the people of Sweden through SIDA, is helping to deal with the corruption business. Center says all of us, civil society groups and citizens, should join hands and work together to fight corruption. Report
Badger Bunny.
anything for
So
corruption
you
in
need
our own
your
workplaces, communities, counties, and the country. The people say we will work together to demand for and take actions against corruption in Liberia by reporting to their advocacy and legal advice center. Allah, the people get lawyers there to listen to you and they will tell you what to do. Yes, so you can report by calling 4432 for those who get low star numbers and are free of charge. And for those who don't get low star number, but you get different company number, you can call 0555
Get a major point.
yeah.
113. It's also free of charge. You can also send text message or go to Center's offices on 22nd Street, opposite JFK Hospital, on top of Lucky Pharmacy. Let's join the fight against corruption and make Liberia a corruption-free nation where citizens act with transparency and integrity in all their views.
Okay. Welcome back to the program Integrity Watch. This program is an activity of the National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program, which is supported by the government and people of Sweden through the Swedish International Development Corporation Agency, SIDA. And as we stated, we have two distinguished personalities as our guests. We have Kamel E. Mambia III, and Kamel is the executive director for Leading by Integrity. And we also have Ruth Somo. She's the administrative assistant for Leading by Integrity organization. And you're here to talk about some of the activities and the efforts that they are making as an organization in the fight against corruption and promoting integrity in Liberia. But before we talk about that, we'd like to talk about few of our activities at Center. We talked a little bit more about our advocacy and legal advice center. We also want to mention that we are running our Integrity Club outreach program in 4 universities: the University of Liberia, the United Methodist University, the African Methodist Episcopal University, and the Stella Maris Polytechnic University. All of those universities have our Integrity Club, and we are using that program to train young people, empower them, and making them anti-corruption ambassadors. They are going in their classrooms, they are educating their peers, and they are going into their communities, they are talking to their peers about integrity, and they are leading by example, not just in their schools, but also in their communities. We intend to expand that program to high schools and across the country. And what we want to do is to have a new breed of young people that, you know, have the tenets of integrity and accountability and transparency imbued in their existence and in what they do. So that tomorrow, if you have somebody becoming ministers or director or into public office, they can carry with them into that office or into those offices those attributes, those tenets of integrity that they learned from the Integrity Club outreach program. And we also have our open expenditure initiative. That program is working with local officials, county officials, and we are promoting transparency and inclusivity in the expenditure of our county social development funds. We organize forums, we invite everyone, including county officials and the youth, women, and every leader in those counties to ensure that, including the disabled, to ensure that there is inclusivity and there is transparency in the utilization of the county's social development funds. And we don't just stop there. When those funds are allocated and the projects are identified and those projects are implemented, we ensure we do follow-up visits to make sure that first, those projects meet the value for money threshold, and then also that they are transparent, that people can know, the source of funding, the company that did the construction or that were hired, the total amount spent on that project, and all of the details about the project will be available through our insistence on those projects or at the entry or the premises of those projects. We also have our National Integrity Forum, where we work with governments, anti-graft institutions, a lot of them, including GAC, the LSCC, the PPCC, the National Elections Commission, the LERTR. All of them are part and parcel of the National Integrity Forum. And what we do with that forum is we support that forum. We provide support, financial support through our partner to undertake other initiatives. For example, the forum has worked to erect billboards, that display fees for services at government institutions to promote transparency. For example, if you go now to the Ministry of Transport, the forum has erected 2 billboards that have all of the fees for services at the Ministry of Transport. So if you want to get your driver's license, for example, you go to the Ministry of Transport, there's a billboard there erected on the auspices of the National Integrity Forum that has all of what you need to pay at the Ministry of Transport. If to register your vehicle in the category of vehicle will cost you $50, it's right there on the bulletin board. So you see the information, these are approved fees, you march into the Ministry of Transport and pay what is required. If anyone is soliciting more money from you, you can demand and say, no, but this is not what is on the bulletin board. So we want a citizenry that will be active, that will demand accountability so that we can reduce the likelihood of extortion and corruption. We have similar bulletin board at the Liberia Business Registry. We have another one at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, Ministry of Internal Affairs, Liberia Immigration Service, Bureau of Vital Statistics, and we have plans to extend to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So gradually, all of those public institutions providing services to the public, we want to ensure that people have access to the fees or the cost of those services, approved cost of those services, so that the likelihood of extortion can be reduced. That is that. We will stop here and then turn to our guest. And we will talk first to Iman or Kemunke Mambia II, the Executive Director. Welcome.
Okay, welcome. Let me say thanks again. Sorry. Let me say thanks for the opportunity and the invitation. For the sake of those who follow the broadcast, my name is Kimel E. Mamilter, the Executive Director and founder of Leading by Integrity. I bring you greetings from the breadth and length of Lower Maghibie County.
Okay. Let's welcome also Ruth Sumo. She's the administrative assistant at Leading by Integrity organization. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much for the invite. We bring a greeting as well from our institution.
Okay, let's begin with you, Mr. Executive Director. Tell us, what is this leading by integrity organization? What are you about? Why did you come about? Give us a brief background of your organization.
Okay, so like I said, thanks again for at least sharing platform with us. The issue about integrity is something that have to do with everybody.
Mm.
Yeah. So nowadays I see that with the young people, the first thing when we talk about integrity serves as the model for all other element or component of fall on integrity about corruption, accountability, transparency. Because once or individual have integrity, trust me, you're gonna definitely build a core with that.
Mm.
So the issue about integrity is like this. Nowadays, we all sit and when we buy more of our leader, they don't have integrity. But mind you, with the young people, you and myself,
Mm.
integrity have to do with us.
Okay.
Because nowadays, you look at Boga people out there, they are not proceeded right way. They never started from there. They started from down the line. So leading by integrity reached the point we said nobody. I think there is a need. We formulate this institution called leading by integrity that we can be able to work along with young people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where I mean, when did you start? I mean, where are you located? What are some of your activities? I'll
Okay.
come to you later.
So we started, let's say, about 2 years ago, but we started effective work last year. We
Mm.
started in Lower Magibi. We started work with various schools. We work with community leaders. We work with our youth leaders within the community because the issue of integrity, it have to be, let's say, everybody have to understand the issue of integrity. So that was from our own point, we did that regularly with schools.
Okay.
Yeah, from high school. We have similar workshop. And then we also have, let's say, program too for teachers. Yeah, because when you look at integrity, they cut across in the school, in the churches, in the mosques, in hospital, in the offices, integrity has to be demonstrated there. So that's why from that point we derive that we say, but then there's a need that we send a message across. So we have a whole lot of programs and activities that we formulated that everybody can one way or other hear the message of integrity.
Okay, let's talk to you, Ruth. How did you join? What moved you to join this leading by integrity group? I mean, what was your motivation?
Um,
Tell us your story.
Actually, it was last year, and
Mm.
then it was around September when I met my executive director, and he said, I have an institution called Leading by Integrity, and I want the message to go across that the youth, the younger people, may be able to have a standard of living with a good character in the environment in that of Liberia. And I'm one person that I love the truth. Living right is better for the society. So I grew interest and
Mm.
I said I want to be part and parcel of the institution, and I'm willing to give my full support. Because now they look at Liberia. I'm a young lady. When you graduate from high school and you try to make your way higher, but then you will find a man who will tell you you have to have one night with me before I give you scholarship, and that is very bad. That is corruption as well. So I see it as a challenge that if we don't do it, we won't be able to accomplish what we want in life. And because of that, I say I will fight
Okay.
that Liberia will be a better place, not just for my own generation, but the next generation that will come after us. They will have a better place to live.
Okay. So let's get back to you, Mr. Executive Director. Tell us, what are some of your programs and activities that you have been implementing since you started last year?
Okay, so within leading by integrity, we have four pillars.
Mm.
Number one, we have education and training. Two, we have youth development. Three, we have human rights advocacy, and then four, we have health and integrity.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, basically for now, we focus on students.
Okay.
Yeah, because the fact that once we start to nurture the people, we start to make them understand the importance of integrity. Because let me be frank, the issue of integrity, to be frank, it starts from me, it starts from you, it starts from within our home. So the fact that if I don't have integrity, trust me, there'll be no way that I come here to come preach a message of integrity. I should better understand the dynamics, some of the basis of integrity.
So what do you do with the students? What are you telling them? I mean, are you training them to?
Yeah,
I mean, what exactly are you doing?
no matter we train the students, we have programs like workshops, seminars. Sometimes we have other people we invite and then to be able to speak to the student. So you see the issue of integrity, one of the clear and simple definition we're always giving the students about integrity is about doing the right thing, especially when no one is watching you.
Okay.
That's integrity. Because the fact remains that within the school, there are a whole lot of things that are happening there. So if I'm a teacher, I have integrity, I won't be able to sleep with student. If I'm a boss, I have integrity, I'll be able to treat my fellow worker good. It means because you boss, so you treat anybody in her. And then honor integrity will have some key components. We talk about commitment, consistency. So these are some of the things we look at. We try to build the minds of people because I always subscribe people with one of our leaders in the country when he say government is a place to serve and not to steal. So at this stage, we start to work with students that when you enter in government, you know that you're going there to go serve, not to go
Okay.
steal. Because now and then, buckle it, you've already get a mindset that they go in government to go steal. So that from that point, that lady my integrity told her was to start working along with students, working along with other leg one use that. If you go in government, you're going there to go serve and what have you.
So I mean, where is your area of focus? And I mean, you could jump in if you have the information. Where exactly, your area of focus? How many schools are you dealing with? How many students? Where are they located? Are you spread across the country? Are you concentrated in a specific or county or specific community? Just give us the detail of the program you're talking about.
Okay, so for now, like Lower Margibi is our base. That where we have our office around the Ara 2 bill.
Okay.
So we had a database for almost all of the schools. So normally we work with the DO, the various schools. So sometimes we're having a program, we call a school. Can you please send 10 students, 15 students? But mind you, we have program too that we even invite schools all of Margibi. EAW academic and test to cover mission. We have PS Brain, African Dream, but other people can attest to it. So most of the program I have will make it to affect other people out of my GB.
Okay. So what is the overall objective here? You can talk about that. What's the overall objective of that program?
Okay, you want some? Okay, so if it's in the all objective, we want for the message of integrity to resonate.
Okay.
We want for it to resonate. We want for it to, oh, let's say for people to understand what integrity is. Because now and then, every friend when you look out certain now and then, the thing about integrity has lost within the society. Because once I have integrity, I'll be able to proceed the right way. Once I have integrity, I'll always be able to do things that will not bring me the public ridicule. Yeah, that's why we're trying to build the minds of young people now and then.
Okay, so let's talk to Ruth. You've been working with those young people, conducting the training, and I mean, you've been getting some reviews. I believe some of the young people have been giving testimonies. What are some of the striking things that you have gathered so far from all of your interactions that you'd like to share?
Well, from my interaction with the young people, the youth, and students as well,
Mm.
I observe some of them now. They're trying to speak out the truth.
Okay.
Yeah, like you find a student going to school, and there are certain group of people in the classroom that they are not focusing to that lesson,
Mm.
and this group of people always try to study and make that grade. But teachers will come and say you have to pay this amount of money before you get a proper grades. So for that reason, it affecting them and going to affect the society as well. So I've been talking to them, and some of them saying that any mistakes from school, corruption, bribery, they always report without even bowing down, without a fear. Even if the principal is falling down out, they open up to me.
Okay.
So, like that, you will find students being honest, being transparent with it, giving account of everything that they do.
Okay.
The aspect of lies is on a rampant page. Everyone lies. And if it get rooted in us as a young people, definitely we will continue with it till we go out there. And these are things that affecting Liberia, that makes people classifying our country, especially our education sector, a mess.
Okay, what do you do with those with those fundings you get from those students, for example? If you gather all the information, what do you do with them? Do you just record them and just keep them
Okay.
lying down on the
So
shelf?
let me come in. No matter what we do, we work with our media team. We had our media outreach program all the time. wherein we go to the various schools.
Mm-hmm.
After having some of the workshop and the training, we'll go to the various school with our microphone. We'll ask the student what's their own takes, what their own understanding when it comes to integrity. What are some of the challenges within the school? Like you said, or we work directly with the school administration, the principal, and then that of the DO within the district. So you'll notice that we told the student when will go out, they will say that if you have any challenges with students, I mean with teachers, you can bring the complaints to us, and we will try to handle that case professionally.
Okay.
Several cases we have been seeing some of teacher and students back just like this.
How do you handle it? How do you handle
Okay,
it?
so no matter what we do, if we notice things that there, we reach to the school
Hmm.
administration. Let me give example. I won't call the school name. There's a school in Lower Mike, we reach there. The girl said when we're doing the documentary, she said that she went to use the bathroom, and the teacher followed her in the bathroom, started to harass her, and the girl wasn't afraid explaining that story on our microphone.
Hmm.
Yeah, so all her friends were there, were embarrassed. They said, but I generally in the story. So when the school administration got to know, they reached to our office that they said they want a particular documentary to be done. We said, no, you people can be in the school, they tell what happened, how you manage with this type of story. So what we did, we called the girl parents, and then the girl said they started to do some intervention, and then get the school administration involved. So no matter what we can do, we keep the students' safety and then their privacy too. Because
Okay.
if that's the case, when you expose the students, there's a possibility maybe you might leave the school, or if the teacher mark you, you might not come out successful. Yeah. So these are some of the things, and I was so happy when I hear about Shinta. These are some of the things I guess that maybe we can work together because to be frank, let me say this in the public space. Lom Maggie County is vulnerable.
Okay.
The issue of corruption, let me be frank, I've said this to all and people. That's content need to be looked at. So that I pray that maybe in the long run that Shinta and us can work together. You're talking about the integrity club. Because within the entire Maggie, we're the only integrated institution there.
Okay.
Yeah. So the school is bulky. We need more programs.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are some of the things we normally do there too.
Okay, you're listening to Integrity Watch, and this is your hour-long radio program that is produced by Center's communication section. It is an activity of our National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program, which is supported by the government and people of Sweden through the Swedish International Development Corporation Agency, SIDA. And we have as our guests Camille E. Mambia III. He's the executive director of Leading by Integrity organization, and he's here being assisted by his assistant, Ruth Somo, who also works with the Leading by Example,
Integrity.
Leading by Integrity organization. And they're here talking about their contributions to national integrity building efforts in Liberia. And in case you're out there, you would like to participate, the number to call is 0770 436 728. 0770 436 728. Once you dial that number, you will be through here and you will be live. Back to you, Mr. Mambia. I was thinking you do a lot. You're doing trainings, you're working with schools, you need logistics, and I mean, how are you being funded? Where do you get your funding from? Who is your donor? Or who are your donors?
That's $1 million question, We all reach to the point that people ask. One thing I can tell people for free that in Leading by Integrity, all of our 6 core values.
Let's just see who this is. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Let's hear you.
All right. Elijah B. Cobley, I live here in Luby County.
Let's hear you.
All right. I want to say thanks a million to Camille Imabia and Ruth Smo for the immense contribution and representing Leading by Integrity. I want to say this institution, LBI, has had a trickle-down effect on the lives of several youth here in Lower Kibi County.
Okay.
Their engagements are relatively overwhelming, and I think they are on the right track, on the right way to revamp this country in a positive form and manner. I want to say thank you, million. It's our aspiration that LBI will be helped. They will partner with several August organizations that will turn this county into another dimension. I want to say thank you, million.
Thank you very much. And if you're out there too, you would like to commend them, or you got questions to ask, and you got concerns to raise, you can put in your call 0770-436-728. Now, who are your
Yeah,
donors?
yeah. I was about to answer the question. So
Mm,
I said, to address that question, leading by integrity, our core value will have six. All of the six, I love one there
mm,
is commitment. As a leader with integrity, you should be committed. Yeah. So leading by integrity, no matter what we do, to be frank, we don't have a specific donor or
okay.
not or source of income. We do it among ourselves, and then with the help of some relevant institution or some permanent individual. Yeah.
Okay.
But the
Do you have politicians giving
no,
you
no, no,
money
no,
to do?
no. We don't affiliate with them. No.
So how do you do? Do you tax each other? I mean, do you
Yeah,
ask people?
sometimes. Yeah, sometimes we have something out late cover. Sometimes they will have some program good of chipping, and then sometimes if there's a possibility, we read other individual for assistance.
Let's hear this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Let's hear you. Your name and where you
Okay.
calling from?
I'm Ivan Dubu, calling from Lower Magibi, R2, leading by integrity office.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm the program coordinator from Leading by Integrity, and I called this morning to firstly extend thanks and appreciation to Center
Okay.
for offering all the space as young people to spread the message of integrity. And I also want to say thank you to our ED for the representation. And there were questions that you asked, where exactly Leading by Integrity into, and I think our ED spoke about the 4 pillars. Precisely, currently we are working in the health sector, trying to ensure that all of the health facilities within MyGB are heading to the practices of integrity when it comes to the delivery of health services to the rural area. So Leading by Integrity as a young institution is hoping, and we are willing to work with all of the anti-graft institutions so that we all can help to make that world a better place. Thank you for the platform, and we are following closely.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Back to you. It seems as though a lot of people are very passionate about this.
Yeah.
This your
The
work you're
institution.
doing, can
They,
you're telling us you don't have donor.
yeah, the
Where are
issue,
they
yeah,
getting the
the
energy
issue
from?
that I be friend, Leading by Integrity have been one of the fastest growing institutions in Lower Magigi. If I tell you, so young people work there, so you can see that the commitment, the passion for people.
Hmm.
To be frank, we have over 15% that work with Leading by Integrity. Everybody is
Okay.
volunteering
They
at
are
time.
volunteers,
Yeah.
and they're also contributing.
Everybody contributing. If you go
That's
to the
great.
office, it's always busy. Everybody have that input. So they'll tell you that within the next 2-3 years from now, there's a possibility that Leading by Integrity make huge impact within our surrounding and within the country at large. So you're talking about source, we actually don't have a specific source or there's a particular source wherein we can something no, but the fact that sometimes we have any program or reach, we can be able to get 1 or 2 from the more out here, and then sometimes if we were some permanent individual institution, we can be able to get it. Yeah.
Okay.
So the reason that we're trying to get a partnership with Humanity Above Oneself. They are also sponsored by UC, wherein they are training staff from Leading by Integrity to work within the health sector
Okay.
in Lower Magigi to monitor the monitoring aspect when it comes to the drugs and
Mhm.
delivery. Because these are some of the challenges that, like I said, to the issue of integrity cut across. Even within the health sector, there's a huge challenge when it comes to integrity, wherein people don't monitor the drugs, how the drugs fit and other things. So we want to buttress the effort of government and other CSO to work with them to see how best we can be able to monitor all of the government health facility in the country.
Okay, let's hear this person. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Jerry Kat, the VP from Administration at Leading by Integrity.
Okay, Jerry.
Okay, first of all, I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to Cynthia for making Leading by Integrity platform go.
Hmm.
Also, to my ED and assistant, I'm a secretary as well, support of the institution. This is what we are into in Makibi and Lower Makibi. But it's difficult for us to have a real donors support to be able to implement all these programs we are doing. And we're doing it on our own yet because it's too difficult for us. So, in terms of thank you again
Hmm.
for everything.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I mean, you've talked a lot about your challenges. You don't have support. You know, struggling for funds and what have you. What are some of your successes? So far that you can point to as an organization. What have you done? that you can be proud of, and maybe Ruth can speak to that.
You will speak there?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so like you talk about successes, one of the things I always feel proud about
Mm.
after all of those training when we went to the various schools to ask students what their own takes on integrity, I feel motivated one year student gave me the actual definition of integrity.
Okay.
Yeah. So it means the message of integrity is resonating within all of the schools. Majority of the schools in Lower Mikey, we just talk about leading by integrity. So we're trying to create that system where we, if there's a possibility, we work with even schools that we can include this within the curriculum. Because mind you, if we don't start building leaders from there within the next 3 4 years, we'll even complete more than what we are completing right now. Talk
Mm.
about our leader, you see carrying corruption today. They never started from in the house there, or they never started from office. They started from the school. That's why as it's time for now, leading by integrity have to start to or work with schools, work with students, make them understand that once you have integrity, you shouldn't be corrupt. You should be transparent. You should be honest. You should be committed and you should be consistent to what you do. That's integrity. So within the
And
next 2 3 years from now, I can tell you that we'll make a significant progress
Okay.
before they excel in government.
Okay. Let's say,
so, talking about some sources that we have achieved, one of the things is that I'm proud of my institution that we found young people knowing that they shouldn't accept bribing because bribe, like he said, charity begins at home and ends abroad. As long at a young age, they start knowing the definition about integrity,
Yeah,
being honest and transparent in everything you do, giving account of
with
every
action.
single work you do. Definitely, I believe that if they even get a chance to work in the public sector, they will know where they stand.
Yeah,
okay, so somebody listening, a young person who is, very enthusiastic about, leading by example or leading with integrity, would like to join. And how do they join? Do you have, you know, open membership? But let's take this call first. Good
Morning.
morning.
Good morning. I'm Adam Prince Collins,
Yes, let's hear you.
a resident of Nike, a resident of Lower Nike, right?
go ahead.
Good.
I was privileged to attend some of Leading by Integrity interaction with some of the high school within Lower Nike, the be precise, the Shannon Adams, and down the water. Those guys are doing an immense work at Lower Nike because support those guys for their effort. They are
Okay.
all people, very energetic, and then we wish for other partners to come and partner with those guys. When those guys have sufficient support, those guys are gonna educate a lot of youth within the Nike itself, which of course we all welcome their interaction. Then we look up to working with those guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution to this program. And then, yes, I mean, do you have a means to which a lot of people can join you to volunteer?
Yeah, there's me normally sometimes we do that through programs. Other people like you said, even when we leave and other people have interest. Sometimes
Mhm.
we have had to visit the office
Can
and
you give,
then
where is the office?
the office is Ara 2
Okay.
opposite Sherman Island. We are located on RM building on the first floor. And then for for the few time we've been interacting with center, they actually been doing well for they
Okay.
conducted training for us to our office.
All right.
I think so about the last week I already admired training. They make me understand the dynamic of leadership as a
Oh,
leader. Yeah,
okay.
so it put me in a position to even do more than this. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you have a number of example to call somebody who wants to join? And
Yeah.
maybe I don't know the direction.
Okay, so if you enter in Lower Mike, we ask for Sherman Island. Opposite Sherman Island, our office is located. We are on RNBB on the first floor, Lower Mike.
Okay.
So we have programs. So one of the time I will encourage anybody if you want to visit Leading My Integrity office, visit on a Saturday. We
Okay.
having some training in the normally we have training for other school students that want to be a part. So maybe at the end of the show I will leave my number. Then just in case if you have interest, then you can visit the office or you can call.
Okay. So let's hear your parting comments, Ruth.
Well, I want to say thank you as well
Okay.
to Center for this great opportunity given to our institution. My last word I want to say to those who are out there listening to me, especially the ladies, that they can take this as a challenge,
Mm.
not to be shy or afraid of what will come out of this truth.
Mhm.
if you hide within yourself the truth, you will definitely die with it. So you stand up for the truth and live by integrity. Because if you check our institution name, that of our motto, we say, let's see it, say it, and do it with integrity. So don't accept bribing or accept teachers telling you, just give me a night. Don't give up your pride because of grades. Don't give up your pride because of anything. Thank you very much.
Mabia, let's hear you.
Okay, so let me first let's say thanks to the family of Center. The first thing for recognizing our institution as integrity institution. You got
Okay.
this extremely well. And to buttress the effort of Center in fighting corruption, the measures that will always living with students down the line when it comes to corruption. As a leader, always avoid things that are not yours
Okay.
in order to avoid corruption. That's the simplest message we leave down for the student. Always avoid things that are not yours in order to avoid corruption. So to the folks in the radio land, let me say thanks for your time and patience for following this broadcast. Ben Kimia Emmanuel here, Executive Director of Leading by Integrity. Once again, thanks. For the number, my number is 0770
Okay, thank you very much. That's the voice of Camille E. Mabia, the third. He's the executive director, and he was here ably assisted by his assistant, Ruth Sumo, all of whom work with the Leading by Integrity organization. I always try to mix that with Leading by Example, Leading by Integrity. But yes, Leading
Yeah,
by
they-
Integrity organization, they're
Yeah.
based in Margibi County. So if you want to join, you can join them. He has read his number. You can call and join this mission. This is a mission. I see this as an army of young people who are ready to go out in the trenches to encourage their colleagues, talk to their peers, and spread the messages of integrity. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And that's all the time we have for this edition of the program, Integrity Watch. Until next Wednesday about this time, bye-bye. My name is Edward Blamo. I'm the Media and Communications Officer at Centaur.
Okay. No drink for that?
Yeah.
I give you 2 minutes, though. You can always show them be. No, you can be. You can be him. I give you 2 minutes.
We should go for the get out of there.
Yeah, that's where. Is he still live?
Like that. Easy on that.
Yeah, it's like, very, very clear.